You know, the Apostle Paul said something that was very good. And I choose to believe the Apostle Paul is one of my favorite guys in history. And see, his name used to be Saul, and he was a bit of a orangutan, screwed up, you know, did a lot of things the wrong way, got himself into jackpots all kinds of times. And then he was reborn. He discovered his true potential. He got some good advice and he followed it, and he became Paul. Well, he said the greatest is love. Now, the more you study this, the more you're going to incline to agree with it. So we're going to ask, what is love? Well, I want you to think of this. When two people fall in love, what do we mean by that? Now, here around Proctor Gallagher Institute, we deal with three parts of the personality: the conscious mind, subconscious body, the thinking mind, the feeling mind, and the instrument or the body that we move through. When two people are in love, their conscious minds have a rapport. They enjoy talking about the same things. Intellectually, they're enjoying the same subjects, so there's a rapport. They're in sync. They're emotionally involved in the same ideas. Heart to heart, they're in tune. Okay? They're emotionally involved in the same ideas. Then they generally have a great physical relationship. Why? Well, because the physical is nothing but an expression of the intellectual and emotional. So when you find two people have a great intellectual, a great emotional, they will have a great physical relationship. Those two people are in love. They are in love. When you find a person doing very well in business, they're in love with what they're working at. They're in sync with it intellectually, emotionally, and physically. Their whole being is locked into it. Love is the greatest thing. Love what you do. I went to visit Earl Nightingale one time way back in the 60s. I'll never forget it. And I was leaving. I was so grateful. I had an hour of his time. And I said, Earl, what's the real secret? I mean, what's the big deal? Well, he said, there isn't any big deal, Bob. There isn't any secret. It's simply a matter of sitting down and determining what you really love to do and then make a decision to dedicate your life to it. Man, did I get excited. He said the problem with most people is they don't know what to do, and they never make a decision to dedicate their life to anything. I got so jazzed. I knew exactly what I would love doing. I would love to do what he was doing. I made up my mind I wanted to do it, and I wanted to do it with him. And I made up my mind I would make a commitment to that for the rest of my life. You know something? That's exactly what I've done. I love what I'm doing. I love it. I absolutely love it. Now, when you love doing something, you'll run, baby, and you won't get weary. You'll walk and you won't get tired. You know why? You're a free flow. The energy is just freely flowing through you. You are the greatest instrument then that God's got. You're here to do God's work. What's God's work? God's work is creation. God's the creator. You're creating God's image. You've been given creative faculties. Fall in love with what you do, and you'll be creating great stuff wherever you go. Love what you do. Love the people that you're working with. Fall in love with the idea of love. It's when intellectually, emotionally, and physically, all three parts, you're a triune being. You live simultaneously on three planes. Get all part of you. The intellect, the emotion, and the physical. Locked right into what you love doing. You'll have a great life. Think about it. This is Bob Proctor. Thank you.